was the biggest failure ever. That person,
no,
that
it
person
wasn't the biggest failure ever.
You shouldn't have went to Afghanistan.
You people
and
hate
Iraq.
America, and that's the issue.
We hate America?
Yes,
Me? You
got
said me?
yes, I mean you. You don't know what America actually is.
I hate America?
Yes.
How?
By this dumb shit.
This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, we got a bunch of brand new merch, ladies and gentlemen. We got this pride shirt that I'm wearing right now because true pride is the American flag. And then we got some stuff to support the Border Patrol and ICE. Specifically, I stand with ICE shirts. This is our shirt here, but this is the one that y'all really want. The Ice Baby shirt, okay? We got the badge on the front that's like ice cold, and then on the back, you have Ice Baby with the handcuffs. So when you're walking around Home Depot, they know what it is. I'm just kidding. All right, go to the store. You can get 20% off. The link will pop up here. Ice 20. So you go Ice 20, you get 20% off when you buy the product today. So go to TatumStore.com, and get your Ice Baby Stand with Ice shirts now.
I think we should just start with what's on there because I think that's dumb enough.
Which one?
You know enough that I don't.
What privilege do white people have that you don't have right now?
What privilege do white people have that I don't have right now? I'm not gonna talk about myself specifically.
Man, come on, man. You
I mean,
here.
we can talk
Give
about
me an
myself.
example. Give me an example in your life. Every person that comes to this mic can never give me an example of how white privilege has affected their life, but then they claim it's somebody else. You
Getting
here,
pulled over?
give me getting pulled over. How's that white privilege?
Do you know anything about the veil of darkness and the fact that it can be quantified that there's an actual difference in the way that black people are pulled over?
Have you ever been a cop before?
No, I've never
Have you
been
ever
a
worked
cop.
in the black community?
No, I've not.
Do you know any cops that work in black communities?
Yes, I do.
Okay, are
Or
they racist?
Former police. No, not to my knowledge.
So where do you get it that, have you ever been white? I know the obvious question is no. So you
Well,
don't know how cops treat
I'm-
white people when they're pulled over, do you?
No, I do. My dad's white.
Well, how do they treat him when he's pulled over?
They treat him nice, with respect. They
And-
don't ask
and
if
they-
he has baby mama drama. That's what
A
I got
cop-
asked. Illinois, 12 o'clock.
Well, what
pulled
happened?
over for no
Give a
reason.
scenario. You got pulled over for no reason.
No
Okay,
reason.
what did the cop say to you?
They asked, you got anything? I was driving 60 and a 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just
11?
pull you over?
Yeah.
At
road
night?
trip. Yeah. At
Okay,
night.
when they pull you over, what did he say?
He was asking if I had anything, and he lights out.
When he
and
say
this,
anything, you
and
say, do you
that.
have any drugs, anything? That's
And
what he said?
Yeah, any of that.
Okay, cops ask that to everybody. It's trained in the academy. You ask every single
Yeah,
person
but
you
then
pull
he
over, do you
asked
have
if there's
drugs?
any baby mama drama. What the f do you think he means by that?
I don't know. Was it a white cop?
What do you mean you don't know?
Was it a white cop?
Yes, it was a white cop.
He said you have baby mama drama, then what do you say to him?
I said no.
Okay, then what was the next thing that happened?
That was the end of the interaction. But
And then did he give you a ticket?
No. But you can't act like.
I don't believe your story.
I'm sorry, that wasn't a good enough example.
I don't believe you.
That wasn't a good enough example.
So a cop is, you driving at night,
Yeah.
at God knows when.
Yeah.
He pulls you over just
Yeah.
to ask you, do you have baby mama drama?
Yeah.
And then he drives off.
Yeah.
Like,
I know it doesn't make sense to me
it doesn't
either.
make any sense.
Racism.
I know
right?
what racism. He
Yeah,
know
it's
he knew
dumb.
you were black from, I don't know, outer space. He could smell it.
Well,
I'm a
that's
black
how-
man. I'm
that's-
gonna go pull him over to ask him does he have baby mama drama.
See, that's how headlights work.
Headlights.
Yes.
Have you ever pulled somebody over?
No, I've never pulled somebody over.
It's almost impossible. Go do a ride along and then follow up with me. It's nearly impossible to see somebody's race in a car, especially at night. Cops that pull you over, they're not looking at, most of the time they're not looking at your car at your race. They're trying to run your license plate. White people kill cops just as much as black people do.
Yeah, I know.
Most cops are not really concerned about your race. You're equally dangerous as anybody else. And if you live in an all-black community, was this in an all-black community?
This was not in an all-black community. This was in Buffalo, nowhere.
Well, you have no idea what he said to other people that he pulled over, do you?
No, I don't. But that's why I don't go based off examples, and that's why I didn't want to start the
Well, so
conversation
let's-
based off an example.
let's start the
That's why
conversation
when
with a broader
I-
example.
That's why when I bring up things to
Well,
back
let's-
my argument up, I bring up data,
So let's say
studies
you don't
that
have any real experience with white privilege negatively affecting you. We start
no,
there.
I do. When
Give
you
me an
asked
example.
me for an example, I gave you an example like that.
Okay, give me another example. Because you said a cop that asked you about baby mama drama. That didn't
answered
happen.
your question. I've responded with additional evidence. I've pointed
All right, let's
to
go
like
with the
something.
general evidence then. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you think about the whole George Floyd, Derek Chauvin situation?
What do you mean? Jerry Chauvin is doing probably the rest of his life in prison.
Until he gets pardoned
By who?
By Trump?
Trump is not pardoning him.
Yes, there are talks about Trump pardoning the
Trump
federal
ain't talked about.
charges.
Trump ain't said that.
Yes, he has.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
Trump ain't never. I'll put money on it. Trump ain't never mentioned that. Ben Shapiro came out with a petition to do that. That has nothing to do with nothing. Even if he get let off on his federal civil rights charges, he's still gonna do the rest of his life in prison because he got charged on the state level.
Yeah, state level murder charges.
So what's the problem with that? He went to prison.
The problem is that he committed those crimes. He shouldn't be pardoned for that. That's
No, he's
white
not
privilege right there.
He's not pardoned for that.
White privilege, Pete Hegseth getting his position, and he's totally unqualified for that.
Okay, what is his qualifications?
I think
He served in the military.
Yeah, attained the rank of major.
He went to combat. He was in the combat zone.
What are the prior
It
qualifications?
doesn't matter, but you're saying the man is not qualified and he served in the military.
You look at the
boots on
qualifications
the
of
ground.
people who served in the position prior. And did anybody in that position prior was the
That
highest
does not
rank?
mean that you're not qualified. Is he less qualified?
A signal chat leaking to a journalist because they got added with 1255 F-18 is taking off. Good job, man. Like,
who was over the military when we went to Afghanistan and Iraq?
who's Obama? I
It was
don't
the
know.
biggest failure ever. That person.
No,
that
it
person
wasn't the
qualified.
biggest failure ever.
You shouldn't have went to Afghanistan.
You people
and Iraq.
hate America, and that's the issue.
We hate America.
Yes,
Me? You
got
said me?
yes, I mean you. You don't know what America actually is.
I hate America.
Yes.
How?
By this dumb shit.
This is free speech. That's American
No, this
value.
isn't free speech.
You're talking.
You have Doge on your head.
So
a
what?
foreign national who bought a social media platform, took it private, and then bought the presidency. And you're talking to me
He bought the
seriously
presidency.
about
How did he buy the
free
presidency?
speech this.
How did he buy the
free
presidency?
speech that.
How?
How did he buy the presidency? So you complain about George Soros donating money here and media this, but Elon
I didn't
Musk
say George
will
Soros bought the presidency.
You're
How
not
did
listening
Elon
to
Musk
me.
buy the
How did-
presidency?
He bought a social
How many
media
people
platform.
do? How many people do Tesla employ?
I'm not talking about Tesla. I'm talking about X/Twitter.
Well, that's one of his many businesses he has.
And that is the main one I'm talking. That's the argument.
What's the
I'm bringing
problem?
up.
What's the problem with Elon Musk?
The problem with Elon Musk is that
And
he's
how
a
does
foreign
that
national.
lead to hating the country?
Okay, are you gonna let me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, are you gonna let me finish?
Go ahead.
You asked me a question.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to. All right. The problem with Elon.
Whoa!
Don't.
Good job, man.
Yeah, bro.
You want a banana? Come on.
That's unnecessary, bro.
Come on. Go ahead.
The problem with Elon Musk is that he's exactly what the right has accused, like, the left of.
What?
He's a foreign national who bought up a social media company to
He's a
buy
foreign
influence.
national. So are you disagreeing that he could migrate here legally?
No, I'm disagreeing.
Are
that
you
he
against
should be-
immigration?
No, I'm not against
Okay.
immigration.
So he legally came here.
I'm against him owning like a social media platform that has.
He bought it. It's a
hosts-
private
not-
company. Was you mad when Jack Dorsey owned it?
No,
Well, what's the problem?
because if you actually go and look at the Twitter files, they handled it well. They weren't idiots. They weren't out here letting bots this here and that here. But you don't know that because you don't read.
Okay. What's the next question?
No. You want to actually have a conversation about this?
I don't know what you're talking about. You said
Yeah,
I hate
exactly.
America.
You don't know what you're
You
talking
said I hate America.
Yes.
You don't have to be mad at me, dude. I feel like you
I
feel like you
am
got to
mad-
disagree with me.
I am mad
You're just
at
saying
you.
random stuff. I don't hate America. I love America.
No, I am mad at you because the America that you think isn't actually America.
What part of America is not America that I think? I think America is the greatest country on planet Earth.
Yeah.
I think America has been incredibly great to black people. Everybody that has migrated here. We're the most generous country. We allow the most immigrants to come here
Yeah.
legally and illegally.
Yeah.
What is wrong with America? Look at the diversity on the campus that you're on. You're on an American campus, and look at all the diversity.
There are plenty.
Are you
of
being
things-
discriminated against on this campus? No.
There are plenty of things wrong with
What's
America,
wrong
but
with
there
America?
are plenty of things great with America.
We agree.
But you don't know what's great about America.
I don't.
No, you don't.
I'm
You have
living
that
the
dumb
American
hat.
dream.
Doge, okay? You support the same people who
I'm supporting government efficiency.
government
How's that bad?
efficiency. Really? That's a good question, actually.
What?
Yeah, you should answer that.
What? I mean,
No, it is disrespectful. I understand that, but
but it don't bother me because you guys just talking. Come to the question. Are you
because
going
I
to?
think he's not engaging, so
I'm
fine
engaging with you.
not
Can I
engaging
get the
as
next
well.
person?
I just basically.
I love America. You're wrong.
I just think that you don't understand.
America's a
like,
great
you're not
place, the
embodying
best place for
values
black people to
of
live
America.
on planet Earth. Is there any other better place for black people to live than America?
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that you don't know what America, like, you don't embody the values of America.
Yeah, I
you don't
do.
care
How
about
do I
free
not?
speech.
Why? Why not? I'm doing
Why?
free speech
Because-
right here.
Because you support Donald Trump.
He supports free speech.
No, he doesn't.
How he does not. Give me an example of how he does not.
Oh, the chilling lawyers, deporting protesting students.
Deporting who?
Students that protest.
Give me that just protested? They were just protesting.
Stopping.
No. Who you talking about?
The DOJ investigation.
Ahmoud? Or whatever his name?
There's a million things.
Are you talking about, what is his name? Ahmoud or?
Mahmoud Khalil?
Yeah, are you talking about him? He was just protesting?
That was one of them.
He was just protesting, that's why he got deported? He's not even fully deported yet. He was taken to a detention center. But he was just protesting. You're being disingenuous. He wasn't just protesting.
No, you're being disingenuous.
He has questions about his immigration, whether he disclosed, whether he worked with a foreign entity.
He's on a student visa.
He has to disclose, a person who have a green card or student visa, whether or not he was associated with a foreign entity, which he did not disclose to the government, is one. And then also, he was allegedly a part of a Hamas supporting organization. Oh, so they just decided that they're gonna flip a coin. Ahmoud, I'm gonna go to his house and take him to jail for no reason. All right, okay. Then why don't they do more than just him? Why didn't they deport everybody?
Get away with it now.
Why just him?
Because they can't get away with that.
They could get away. If they could get away with him, they can get away with doing 5 or 6 people.
They already have.
Who?
There's been more.
It's 2. It's 2 that I can name. Where's more?
There's 2?
It's 2 people that's notable
Is that not
that were at a college.
That's 2.
What?
Yeah, it's too many.
So you see 2 wrongful deportations.
How do you
Like,
figure it's wrongful?
wait, okay.
How is it wrongful?
You know, I think.
How is it wrongful?
I think when we get to 3, that.
What is the
that's a red
accusations
flag.
against these 2 people?
I don't. What are the accusations?
I just told you.
And that rises the level of deportation.
Okay.
No,
Next person.
No. Because I'm.
What are you saying? They have legitimate reasons why they're
you're saying-
detaining him
So what
to
I-
evaluate whether or not they're going to deport him from the company. I mean, the country.
They don't. The only reason
You say they don't. They just gave a reason.
those aren't legitimate. Those
According to
are wrong.
who? You can look at immigration. You can look at any immigration law. If you have a green card and you're in this country, and you're not a permanent resident, or a citizen, you have to disclose certain stuff.
And what are those
An
things
organization that you're involved in. When you don't, you're violating your immigration
What are those
status.
things that he did not disclose? Which organizations?
I just told you, I can look it up on my phone. You can look it up. It's an organization that gives support to Palestinians, a UN organization that gives.
Are you talking about
Look it
UNRWA?
up. Huh?
You talking about UNRWA?
I think it was UNRWA.
The
Okay, let's move
United
on. I mean,
Nations
Yeah, the
relief
relief funds?
for
do
Palestinian
an immigrant have to disclose that they are participating or working with that organization? Yes, he did not do that. That's one.
Yeah, but it's United Nations. Like.
Say what you want, man. They got a reason. Okay, let's go on.
No.
They
It's not
don't.
about them having a reason. It's about them having a valid enough reason.
If
a cop pulled you over
Okay.
and arrested you because, I don't know, you were wearing the wrong color hat, you would complain. Because that's a violation
Oh,
of
I-
your civil rights
I
because
would
he doesn't
be
have
rich.
enough of a reason.
I would be rich.
Exactly.
I hope a cop
So
pulled me over
why-
for wearing the wrong
Why
hat.
is it okay when he gets deported that
They have
I
a
think
reason.
That's enough of a reason.
They have a real reason. That's a violation of
UNRWA,
immigration
that's enough
policy.
of a reason?
That's an immigration policy that he
Really?
violated.
Which policy?
I just explained to you.
No, you didn't. You just said look it up.
Next person.
You just said look it up. You just said look it up. You have this super strong belief, and you can't even.
Prove me wrong. Look it up right here, and if I'm
No,
wrong,
I have to
I'll give
prove
you.
you wrong
I'll give you
because you
$100.
believe this?
Okay, come on.
No.
Next person.
No. You want me to do the work for you.
God dang, boy, you grown, man. Come on, let's move on.
Yeah, and so are you, and you're acting like this.
I'm not acting like nothing, man. I'm answering questions. Can you give the next person a try?